both your characters are dead, but Macbeth has been in everything at this point, so it's going to be nice to kind of get the other players a chance to come in. Do you want to get cast into a new role, or do you want to just gallivant around with your bro, the horse spectral shenanigans?
I mean, technically, I can still, I could still get on stage with my offstage kind of whenever the fuck I want. So, like, I could just waltz in as a ghost at inopportune moments, and I don't hate that.
You could also play
Since we
Banquo's son.
Yeah.
You could be the centaur you've always wanted
I've
to be.
lived my centaur fantasy. Actually, I kind of.
Or you can play some of the other witches. There are 3 of them.
I kind of love the idea of playing my centaur fantasy.
Today on The Terrible Warriors, the gripping finale to the Scottish play. What has happened? Today is the final episode in the play's The Thing. And they may be actors in this Shakespeare troupe, but they are absolutely the Terrible Warriors. I am your playwright, Justin Ecock, and I am surrounded by these idiots told by tales.
Idiots telling tales.
And
full of sound and fury, and yet signifying nothing.
Nothing, absolutely.
That's because of the beans.
Nothing. We have 1 act left in our play, but our lead is dead. It's written out by the woman whose father owns the company.
Husband.
Husband? Was it your husband who owns it?
Husband. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. I wasn't sure if it was. It was definitely a family connection.
Retconning. I said it was your husband.
I am not alone in this this complete disaster. Surrounding me at this table, the dearly departed Macbeth.
Free Poisonne playing Dirk Weiss.
It's not your. I guess this plays now Lady Macbeth.
I guess so. I mean,
It's
I've never.
a Macbeth.
Look, I've never been so into Lady Macbeth in my life. I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll check in with Dirk in a moment. We also have the witches playing a much more prominent role.
Hell yeah, they are. I am Natalie Wallace playing Lilith, just Lilith, who is the basic witches, bitches. Because that's now what she has decided their new title is. And
That's the full title.
Exactly.
Basic witches.
They are also the now BFF.
Hashtag basic witch.
They are the BFFs of Katy Grapsis, playing the now titular character, Lady Macbeth.
Titular.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
you're carving a bloody knife through the map as you have now crowned yourself Queen of Scotland.
Yeah, I have.
But they are not going to take that sitting down, are they? We have, of course, our veteran actor who is playing Macduff.
Yes, Nahrgang playing Edmund Redmond, who is playing the part of Macduff. Macduff spent most of the last episode in England going to join Malcolm to raise an army to come to Scotland, but it looks like we might not have to travel very
Now
far.
Scotland's invading England.
Looks like
They're just
Scotland's
gonna claim it
coming
all
to
for their
England.
own. And of course, playing Malcolm and the ghost and the horse ghost spectral of Banquo.
Will Mitchell from Edmonton. Playing Henry Marsham, who is the delight of playing those roles. He's having a grand old time on stage. He's honored to be part of such high art, and he's really enjoying the changes we've made. He thinks we're really improving upon this old stale tale, right,
I'm
guys?
really looking forward to directing you to be placed in danger while I direct Ed to stay and face a threat.
It's gonna be so good.
Here we go. Act 5. There's a lot of edits to this, so this is no longer accurate. But as the script was, Macduff and Malcolm return to Scotland with an English army. Now, Lady Macbeth arrives in England with a Scottish army. In order to obscure their numbers, they cut down boughs in the forest and march on Macbeth's castle. That's not happening anymore. Lady
now you're marching
Macbeth,
on London.
however, is plagued by visions of the murderers she's committed and ultimately kills herself. Lady Macbeth, plagued by visions of the murder she committed, kills herself. Macbeth, realizing that the witch's prophecy is coming true, marches out to meet Macduff on the battlefield. Macduff and Macbeth duel, and Macduff reveals that he was ripped from his mother's womb instead of born, bringing the prophecy true. Macduff kills Macbeth, and the Scottish lords put Malcolm on the throne. This has changed a lot, so we're going to be backstage for a bit as we got to finish this play. Though that audience out there is expecting an ending.
Yeah.
So how do we work this out? Macduff and Malcolm are returning to Scotland and are being cut off now by Lady Macbeth, who's raised an army of her own by the help of the witches.
I'll kill you later. It's fine.
They're obscuring... Lady Macbeth is obscuring the numbers because there's really just her and 3 witches. There's no army. So they're obscuring their numbers with cut-down boughs in the forest.
So they're dressing up.
And they're the ones marching
They're dressing up as a forest to invade London.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
As
Just
you
clarifying.
do.
I
just
cannot allow men to conquer the wilds, so I'm using the wilds to conquer the men.
Oh, I love it.
Very
Yep. Lady Macbeth, however, is still going to be plagued by visions of the people she's killed.
Yes.
Which are still in this play, playing as ghosts.
Hi.
But it seems like she's not going to be offing herself the same way she did in the original story anymore because she needs to end up in this duel with Macduff on the battlefield.
I got shit to do.
So she marches out, will happen, realizing that the witch's prophecy is coming true, which is the reason she's headed off on this quest to begin with, will march out to meet Macduff on the battlefield. So that part is happening. It's just the battlefield's further into England. Lady Macbeth and Macduff will duel. Macduff will reveal that there was a C-section instead of being born. And Macduff will kill Lady Macbeth. And the Scottish lords will put Malcolm on the throne.
Right.
That's
Love
the
it.
plan.
All right.
That's the plan from the playwright.
We begin with Macduff and Malcolm. We haven't seen them in a while. They are returning to Scotland. This isn't going to be happening right outside of London. They're returning to Scotland, but before they reach Scotland, this group of witch army will cut them off. So Macduff and Malcolm, let's check in with them. We haven't seen them for the last act. We missed it out on the last episode. So that's Edmund and Henry. Hey, they're back. We love those guys.
Hey, they're still
So
alive.
let's start with the two of you out on the field marching back to Scotland when you get wind that Lady Macbeth has now won Scotland and has killed everyone else and is now coming for you.
Well, Malcolm, I said I'd find out who killed your father, and it turned out it was Macbeth himself. But now Lady Macbeth has murdered him, and she's taken control of all of Scotland.
I was skeptical to believe you at first,
Understood.
but her treachery is too bold, too obvious, and I suspect it's the influence of those fell witches.
The ones from the very beginning who said that somehow Macbeth would end up on the throne?
Indeed.
They
I
didn't say
think they were
witch
just
Macbeth.
talking shit.
Well, clearly they were, but I mean, we must. I disputed their words, but it has come true. A Macbeth is on the throne. I don't know if I like it. I mean, dispute it as a man, I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. That's one of my lines right there. And I do not feel that this is the right way to be. This is not the right thing to have occurred.
Indeed. The prophecy also stated that poor departed Banquo's children would wear the crown.
But she has taken out Banquo as well, so he will have no children unless she is pregnant.
Indeed, or if there is a centaur running around that we haven't really talked about yet.
We do not discuss such things.
Fleance is out there and is very much a illegitimate
Hey,
child.
do you
to
remember
Lady
this
Macbeth.
forest?
As I would like to point out, literally on one of my compel sheets, it says I cannot see the forest for the trees. So no, I
Yes.
don't see it.
Yeah, I will compel
I think
you,
MapQuest has served us poorly.
I wish I could see it,
and you will strike out blindly and without forethought.
but I will yank out my sword and start chopping away at this supposed forest. Hi-ya!
And I guess this is where Lady Macbeth enters the scenes, hiding behind the boughs of the tree.
Yeah. Can we talk about for a moment how awesomely cool this witch army looks? Like, how many witches are we talking about here? Are they disguised like
3.
crazy,
3.
scary
Three.
witches?
Well, that
or-
sounds like you're saying cut and you're editing in.
I just want to like paint this visual picture.
Yeah, so that will be an edit.
Okay,
Because the witches aren't supposed to be in Act 5.
Oh, true.
They have done their
True
done
that.
their prophecy, and you have marched off. But if you've got the witches with you again, and they're now an army, and they you're marching in with you don't even have the standard. That's Malcolm who's got the standard. So
Yep, and I do have an army.
so you want to have
I'm gonna spend a story point. and compel the witches.
You describe to me how
Yeah.
they look. You paint that
Okay.
picture because I don't want them here.
Here we
You've
go.
ruined my play.
I've heard your play a lot already.
Look, it wasn't even me.
So, the witches have cast this incredible spell to multiply them 1,000-fold.
That makes no sense.
Echoed.
Just mirrors on the stage.
And they are like transformed into like frightening tree creatures like the Ents from the Lord of the Rings.
What? This isn't. Oh.
Yeah, all right.
All right, fine.
Roll it
I'm
up.
all about it.
Roll it up.
That sounds like you're changing a pathos. The pathos roll. What's your pathos at?
2.
2. So you get 2. You get you're changing the part of the person. So that's take 2 more dice and give me a story point. How many dice you got?
4.
What else do we have here to add in? I mean, not much, right? The maiden isn't going to work out, and your sworn plot. You don't really have a whole lot more to leverage. Good luck. It's a 20.
Yeah.
What kind of roll?
Oh, jeez.
What kind of roll is this?
It's a pathos roll.
For
'Kay.
20.
Ooh.
No.
Nope. Doesn't look like it.
Can anyone help with re-rolling pathos?
That's what I was just
Don't
saying.
you
I'm
help
on
her, she
stage. I wish I
murdered you.
could.
What was
If
that?
I was on stage. Oh, I am on stage.
You are
Yeah.
on stage.
Don't you help
I
her?
can
She
spend a
murdered
story
you.
point.
Damn it.
She murdered you.
I'm at
Yeah?
14, by the way.
You're all working together in the same troupe.
Yeah.
No. But
Fuck
like
that
I'm on
bitch.
stage
She
as
tried to
Malcolm,
kill
aren't
me
I?
Yeah.
Legit.
Yes,
You're
she's
definitely
coming
on
to
stage.
murder you.
Let's give the audience
Yeah,
members
she's
a
coming to
show.
murder me, but like Henry understands that this is important. That we're really doing something special here, you know? Very rarely a play comes along where you think you're really making art, making a difference in people's lives. And poor, simple, idiot Henry really does think this.
Oh, I love it.
So I'll spend a story point and let you re-roll that pathos roll.
Have an extra die.
Woo! Dirk is now sitting in the audience with the woman he was making eyes at, like eating popcorn, and
Makes
being like, "This is bullshit."
Still no.
Henry jumping into it has
15.
softened the playwright's resolve. Is it higher than 15?
It is 15.
Yeah.
It is 15.
You get the edit.
Oh, so now we
Yeah!
I can't,
Tree
I
army.
can't, I love Henry.
Dirk is throwing handfuls of
Fuck it,
popcorn
whatever.
up onto
You've already
the stage.
killed Macbeth in Act 3, so fine. The witches are an army of ants and
Hello,
marching down on
bitches.
Scotland. That Macduff has just started hacking away at what he thought was a disguise, but ended up being the leg of a giant tree ant.
Oh, dear. Oh, that's astounding.
not.
I don't wish to fight
And
Lady
action.
Macbeth. I do not wish to fight your tree people. I wish to go one-on-one with you.
Bitch, please. We are more than just like
Birch.
a tree people.
Birch, please.
Birch, please.
No.
You're not letting me fight? I'm
not-
challenging the Queen of Scotland.
Okay, you can do that, but like not in this damn forest.
Are you gonna? So if you want to edit in a duel between you and the Queen of Scotland, it's happening here. But you'll also get extra dice with the sword when you're in a duel.
So here, I'm going to spend a story
You want to have the witches back off from the scene.
I want the witches to back off.
because this is in the script.
Here's
and,
the
and it's in
story.
the script, so the roll's only going to be a 10.
Right.
So you get a die for the sword.
A die for the sword.
You're getting for the hero for facing
And is this story?
its story.
So I get one for my logos.
Yeah. And you're gonna get another for the plot. You're gonna
Yes.
get 2 more dice,
Okay.
and then 2 more dice for being the hero.
Okay.
And you've already got your dice from the sword.
Yep.
And then what other things you've got here as Macduff?
I am I'm-
enemy to Macbeth. You're gonna get another die, 2 die for
Well.
standing up against evil.
And technically, I should have when it's attempting to destroy my enemy, and 2 dice when defending another character. Technically, I'm defending
yeah.
Malcolm.
So take 2 more.
I'm
And,
rolling
and,
a shit ton of
and you're
dice.
supposed to be spending story points each time you invoke each of those.
Sure,
So
there you go.
just
Take
doing
those
whatever.
3.
It's the final act.
Okay. I'm rolling. What do I need to get over 10?
Only in 10. You're gonna do it.
Come on, ones.
I think you've got enough. I think you've already got 10 die.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Witches,
16,
get off the
20.
stage.
Yeah, get off the
We
stage.
need to have a duel.
We're having a duel.
Bring it.
Like, bye.
Bye.
Lady Macbeth and Macduff duel. Macduff reveals. Well, we never actually had that prophecy because we kind of skipped it over. But Macduff reveals that.
You can't. Yeah, I may not know what it's like to be born from a woman. After all, I was kind of ripped from my mother's womb, as they say. I wasn't born the traditional way. I kind of came out the side door, if you will.
Her butt?
No, stomach.
So the scene here, Macduff and Lady Macbeth now duel to the death, and Macduff will kill Lady Macbeth and be crowned King of Scotland. Action.
Macduff is going to be king?
No, Malcolm. Malcolm will
I'm
be
defending
crowned.
Malcolm.
You're defending Malcolm. Malcolm is just kind of standing there going, oh! All he's got
Oh,
is
he's
sword.
fainted a little like a proper
God.
maid.
You've killed, not only have you killed your lover, the horse, and your husband, but you've also murdered the King of Scotland. The true heir is Malcolm, and I defend his honor by dueling you.
Malcolm's army and the witches are battling in the background in cardboard cutouts.
Trees versus fish. It's great. I am my own true heir. Bringest thou thy blade, and let us fight.
You got it. Here we go.
So you're going to need a sword, Lady Macbeth. That's going to be another edit to bring in that prop that you don't have.
Can I have a lightsaber?
You have a knife.
Okay.
And
Sword v knife.
But like if you roll well.
if you roll a sword, it'll be a free cost. You won't have to spend any story points for it to have a sword brought out to you by a stagehand, and you'll get 1 dice. If you want to throw in a piece of technology that doesn't exist in this story, it'll be a 20 roll. If you want to have a sword, it'll just be a 10 roll.
Okay, let's go for the sword.
So 1 die to have a prop. The props are pathos, so you'll get 2 more.
Does you have to spend a point on this?
You are sworn to the House Macbeth, so you're going to get 2 dice. You are the maiden, you don't trust anyone. Take another 2 dice. Roll your dice. Beat 10.
She's going to beat 10.
I believe in you.
Oh, yeah, she's
You
good.
beat 10.
Oh, yeah, we're
A
good.
sword
She's got
is
this.
thrown to you from off stage by the playwright because he's just had it.
I catch it in midair and swing
Dramatically.
around.
And now we're doing
Clang, clang,
medieval,
clang,
medieval
clang,
times
clang,
where they
clang,
spark when they meet.
Yes.
Shing,
Clang,
ting, ting,
clang,
shing.
clang,
Yeah, this is
clang,
what you're known
disengage.
for, Ed Red.
That's right.
Is all the choreography
I've done
on
a lot
stage.
in my day. Ting, 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 shing, ting, 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 ting.
Disengage,
Oh.
parry, riposte.
Stabby.
Wait, do I get to roll to see if I get stabbed?
Well, that's what the script calls for. You're supposed to die in the
yell
scene,
it
and you'll
at
get a
us.
soliloquy
Ooh.
if you die.
Oh,
Or you can-
hammy.
or you
The
can-
ham
Do it,
watch
ham it up.
I
I
can't
will-
resist.
I mean, I'll
It's a
gonna
tragedy.
direct you-
Everybody's got to be fucking
That's
dead.
right.
It's true.
Before that happens, though, Henry, I'm directing you to place yourself in danger.
I can't have her
fighting
die?
for you, but you are the heir to the throne. I want you to be placed in danger, and I want you to be the one to kill Lady Macbeth.
Oh, I'm also a rival to Macduff. So I'd like to
You're a rival to
I'd like to
Macbeth.
spend a point to invoke that and gain 2 dice to surpass my rival.
Well, you're a rival to Macbeth, but I'm okay to make that edit as well. I'll just let you're a rival.
We're
to
not
everyone.
rivals. We're
You're
pals.
buddies. You're both the heroes.
Yeah, okay, my bad. Oh, yes, I definitely misread that. Whoops.
But you still got a making you place yourself in danger.
I'm okay with Henry.
Oh, yeah, I'm
also
definitely going
misreading
to
that,
jump
though.
into this battle.
Henry
Fish
thinks-
a swinging.
Henry misread the script and thought he was the rival to Macduff the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Henry.
Oh dear.
He's adorable.
So in the middle of this very dangerous choreography scene, you push yourself into it and be like, on guard.
Give sorrow words, Lady Macbeth, the grief that does not speak, whispers the o'er-fraught heart and bids it break, stab with a fish.
I'm impressed by thy swordfish.
Stab with a fish.
Lady Macbeth is stabbed to death by a fish sword.
Mm-hmm.
And you get 3 story points for all it's worth, Henry.
Is that
Oh,
like
hell yeah.
a sword that's shaped like a fish? It's a swordfish.
Or
Is-
are you like swallowing the fish and you die actually due to choking on it?
Up for interpretation.
All those little bones.
True, those little bones are
That's
awful.
weird. I just wanted to have it stabbed to death by a fish.
You're welcome. Natalie,
Yeah, no,
you're
stab
welcome.
to death with a
We've
fish.
seen
I asked.
knives carved out of fish.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
a
it's a real
YouTube
thing.
video of a guy carving like a bonito into like a dried bonito that they make like
Burrito?
bonito,
Oh.
like that they make bonito flakes in Japan out of like into a fish knife. It's
Also
real
a
cool. Look
burrito.
it up.
Okay.
Neat.
Pause it and come back.
Yes, Nug? Would you like to make an edit?
I would, but this is just going
Do
to
it.
help support what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm making a story edit here.
Sure.
This scene of this duel, after 2 people are now dueling Lady Macbeth in front of a witch ant army battling the army of England,
And ghosts.
yet somehow
The ghosts in the audience.
we've heard very little from Ghost Macbeth. So I'd like to bring the Ghost of Macbeth into this battle for him to comment, make some puns during the battle.
Ghost
commentator.
Ghost Macbeth.
Ghost commentary
Our
on the battle.
soliloquy now.
So Dirk
while
has
this
had
is happening
enough.
behind us.
Dirk has had enough, and he climbs onto the stage from his seat in the audience.
Perfect.
Still made up like Ghost Macbeth.
Obviously. Fuck you, fourth
Obviously,
wall.
right? Literally just walks into this
Does not
scene, takes a look at everything, turns around and like looks at the audience. It's just like, this is what they get for killing me. That's it. That's my soliloquy.
Wow.
Boo!
Boo!
The fruit starts being thrown.
I stab him again.
Death soliloquy. You're dying a second time.
I can't stab a ghost.
Not with that attitude.
That was a horrible mistake on my part.
And you'll
love
never
it,
work
though.
in this town again.
So we've.
It's the end of your
I
Where are we at?
everybody.
Have we? Is Lady Macbeth dead?
Lady Macbeth is about to die now by the fish.
Okay.
Yeah, so Lady Macbeth.
Here we go.
My word, 'tis now the time to become the soliloqueen. For it is I, Lady Macbeth, finally dying on the plains of England. I must say that though my carnal body will decompose into this soil, this foreign soil, I can only hope that out there the echoing whinnies of my son will one day return to the bonny
centaur.
hills of Scotland and reclaim the throne that is rightfully his and bring back this country into his new stable era.
Dirk throws a handful of popcorn. Just, boo.
You're the only one booing that one.
Leaves
Everybody else loves it.
leaves the stage.
Yeah, not a dry eye in the house, Elf.
Oh. Macduff and Malcolm remain on the battlefield
Malcolm.
as the witches without the power of Lady Macbeth.
Shit!
they're out. They return to the wilds.
Oh, God damn it.
Malcolm, we've defeated the army of trees. We have slain Lady Macbeth, and you are the rightful heir to the throne of Scotland. I feel as though my job is done.
I agree, noble Macduff. But I fear the terrible cost that we have paid to set things right in our homeland.
You mean all the puns we endured?
Yea. Indeed, the horrible puns. Our language will never be the same. But let us march onward. Let us reclaim that throne
Who's got the
and
rhyme
put
with
our
Malcolm?
houses in
That's
order.
Malcolm. Malcolm, you can't leave until you rhyme.
Oh, shit! You are right. Thank you. I do have to leave on a couplet. Oh, boy.
So you just got the filibuster.
I got it. And thus, my ascension to the throne comes to an end. To my side, Macduff, and let us go together, not as rival, but as friends.
Boo.
Ends, friends?
Shut up, Dirk.
Awkward?
I liked it.
The curtains fall on the stage. People call for the curtains, and the playwright is just off to the side of the stage, just sobbing into his hands.
Poor Willie Shakespeare.
Yeah, Billy Wigglepike's never gonna feel the same.
Lilith just hands the playwright a drink. Definitely poisoned. Should have taken.
Yeah.
I'm not offering any drinks from you. And we reach the end of the plays The Thing. Is there any stuff here with the actors backstage? Dirk?
Oh, Edmund
Henry,
retires
Edmund?
immediately. He's never acting again.
Never acting again.
Dirk has
Lorelai?
left with someone in the audience.
You weren't even there for the curtain call. The
No.
curtains
No,
come
no.
up, and they were like, and Macbeth, and you're like, no one's there.
My husband has provided enough funding for us to extend the run of this play.
This end the run of Lady Macbeth.
Yes.
They've actually just rewritten it in
Yeah.
red
Yeah.
over the front.
We're doing 7 more performances, at least.
Nice.
Yeah, this week.
This week,
Yeah.
today.
You can't retire yet, Ed. You got 7 more shows of this to go.
Yeah, you got a
Remember your
contract.
lines.
Lilith is desperately trying to find a way to just kill
at least this one, right? Lorelai at this point, 'cause she's like, no more of this bullshit. I'm finding a different show.
And Henry just loves it. His family like gives him like a little bouquet of flowers and say great job and yeah, no, he's having a great time.
One of your nephews is like, say that line again. The one at the end.
Oh yeah, the ascension to the crown ends, and thus we go home as friends. Oh, it's great, you know.
Yay!
Oh my goodness.
Clever rhymes, ha ha.
Oh, they eat it. They eat it up. That's it. That's the plays the thing for Magpie Games. Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, so sorry, dude.
Whoops.
Condolences to everybody who respects everything.
We might do
Hashtag
this
RIP.
again. I had a lot of interest. I had twice as many people who wanted to be on this show than we could actually have. That's why we have 5 players.
Wow.
I know we've got others. We're probably going to return to the Plays the Thing later this year. And maybe even record that one outdoors and do a sequel in the park.
Nice.
Hashtag round 2, hashtag let's do it again.
Because there are, of course, there's the romances, there's the comedies, there's the histories. The romances have slightly different rules because it's the weird ones that Shakespeare wrote at the end of his career. And so we do The Tempest. All of the edit rolls are 5 difficulty numbers lower, because they expect you to just like get really fucking weird with that story. So
That sounds like my life.
and I think the Tempest would be a lot more fun. And the Tempest also brings in additional roles and plots and props that are unique to a much more magical supernatural setting. So maybe we'll
So
do
I
that
signed
next
up for
time.
the wrong one, is what you're telling
and there's
me.
also a fan-made Midsummer Night's Dream script that they have on Magpie Games website. So we might also do Midsummer Night's Dream. Maybe we'll leave it up to a poll, and
Katie,
listeners
time to rig
can
the poll.
Yep. We can let our listeners decide on what our next play will be. We've got a
Poll's
number of
getting
people
rigged.
who have quit and will never return to the stage, but I think this troupe is going to continue on and drag in some new
Fresh talent.
cursed actors.
Lilith is both seeing the benefit of Lorelai and wants to kill her, but also is like, yeah, but also my acting
she can
career.
also fund it.
But my acting career.
The devil you know. Join us on Patreon for a debrief where we're actually going to talk about the game and the mechanics of it, what worked, what didn't, what we thought about it. It's a very different kind of game. They're like the combat, quote, whatever roles are really just in editing in with the playwright. So it's a very different style of game. We'll talk about what we thought about it. On Patreon, if you're a supporter, I think at the $5 or higher level, you get access to that and debriefs from the end of every campaign we've done since September of 2016, I think it is. So that's pretty cool. Until next time, I don't know what game we're playing next, but you can find that on the website at Terrible Warriors. Follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors, and you can find all these fine folks and where you can find where they are doing their things in the show notes. Until next time, I have been your playwright, kind of along for the ride, I think. Never really had any say from the start, Justin Ecock, with my actors of this troupe, this doomed troupe.
Nahrgang.
Katy Grabstus. Natalie Wallace.
Free Poison.
Will Mitchell.
Till next time, please be good to each other.
Better than we are to Shakespeare.